Hey there, baseball fans. Nathan Rohde and Shooter Hunt here with the latest episode of Coffee and Curveballs. Shooter, we just had another big time preseason all state event that which had you going across the country to Florida to catch some early season action.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to catch some warmth down there, but it was a bit cold, chilly. But the guys down there really showed out, even in the cold. Which, as a Jersey guy, I still thought it was cold down there. But excellent event. I was pumped to get back to the
Yeah,
Sunshine State.
indeed. I went a few years ago and it was cold too. Almost they just want to test those Florida guys a little bit. But let's talk about some of the prospects that were in attendance, starting off with a draft prospect in Alex Walsh. Looks like a projectable guy. You know, the velo might not be quite what you're looking for yet, but I think there's a pretty good chance he could make a jump this spring.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen him since the Future Games, where he was uncommitted before committing to Texas Tech. But he's 6'4", 180 now, still projectable in the frame. It's super elastic. But what I loved about the kid is it's chilly. He was not scheduled to pitch. We needed a guy to come. He comes over, immediately goes 2 innings, punches out almost everybody. Strikes up to 88. There's much more in the tank. Like I said, it was a cold day. Feel for the changeup. Even the curveball, he's dropping in for strikes. But a high upside guy. And Florida obviously has a really talented class this year, and he's one who could really rise throughout the spring.
We'll certainly keep an eye on it. But in that 2023 class, it looks like an outfielder committed to Stetson and Logan Hughes was also a standout.
Yeah, Stetson's really committed some really good bats, and obviously the arms.
Mhm.
The Hatters are legendary for those guys at this point. But Hughes really blew me away just from BP, his barrel awareness, ability to change planes, and just everything jumped off the bat. 95, 96 mile an hour exit velocities on a damp day. And then stands in during the game, rips a deep shot to the opposite field. I think he's got a really strong shot to hit at a high level, and it's going to be one of those guys who's an impact bat who could be one of those sleeper risers in 23.
Nice. And then also in the 23 class, you got a left-hander in Mason Lorido. He's a Florida State recruit.
Yeah, and Lorito's probably about 6 foot, which is what I come to expect for Florida State recruits. Left-handed, super quick arms, move down the mound well. Might not be the 6'4" guy, but they get there, they win, and they're going to get those swings and misses. Lorito hops on the bump up to 87, 88, but also really spun a good breaking ball. He's a smooth mover down the mound, whippy arm action. The ball's going to jump out of his hand. I think there's more velocity in there. Another really good-looking arm for the Knowles.
hmm And then, of course, there were definitely some young guys there, right up your alley, Shooter, and getting a head start on these classes. Some freshmen, starting with Braden Rosenthal, two-way guy in that 25
Yeah,
class.
some real physicality out of those 25s. But Rosenthal, the first day, took some of the bigger hacks from the left side. It's a big load, some whip to the barrel. I think he's got some serious power potential from the left side. But then he hops on the mound, and that might be where his biggest upside is. It's only 82 to 84. Again, a cold day. There's much more in the tank. It's a clean arm stroke. Gets some downhill action with some arm side life, but he also spun a firm breaking ball. I think he's got really good feel for that, and all around pitchability and polish is what stood out from Rosenthal. He's 6'3", 205. It's a thick lower half. I think there's much more in the tank.
Excellent stuff. And then one more 25, you got a third baseman in Max Murray who stood out.
Yeah, I would say Murray was the biggest takeaway coming out of this event. 2025, super relaxed from the left side. He's about 6'2", 200 pounds, swings a heavy barrel, is really turning it well. Very much slows the game down at the plate. Goes into the game, took 3 great at bats, including a loud, deep center field shot for extra bases. But even showed off some 2-strike approach. I think he's going to really hit at a high level. I'm already looking forward to seeing him this summer.
Excellent stuff. Well, we look forward to seeing more coverage and content from the preseason All-State event in Florida, so be sure to check out prepbaseballreport.com for plenty more. But as always, for Shooter Hunt, I'm Nathan Rohde. This was Coffee and Curveballs, and until next time, we'll see you guys at the ballpark.